Hi, and let's add fractions with like denominators. Like denominators are when two or more fractions have the same denominator. Okay. And an example of that would be 2 out of 21 plus 5 out of 21. As you can see, both these fractions have a denominator of 21. So here's an example. 2/3, 2/6 plus 3/6. So when you add fractions with like denominators and adding fractions in general, you only add the numerators. If you add the denominators, you'll get a total different answer. So what I like to do is I just like to go ahead and write my denominator. And first things first, that's what I like to do. Because then I don't get confused. Because sometimes if I delay it, I might add or forget or something. The way to think of it is just think of you copying and pasting your denominator. So you copy and paste this, and you put it here. Then you copy and paste this, and you bring it there. Okay. Then you add your numerators. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So your end sum would be 5/6. Let's look at another example. Let's look at 2 2/4 plus 1 1/4. As you can see, in this problem, we have mixed numbers. So the steps to adding with mixed numbers is add the fractions, add the whole numbers. So first add the fractions, then add the whole numbers, then add the fractions and whole numbers together. The second step is mainly if there are two whole numbers, and in this case there are two whole numbers, so we will add both the whole numbers together. So first let's add the fractions. So I'm just going to extend the page so we could have like a workspace type thing. And I'm going to copy the problem. Okay. So let's first add the fractions. 2/4 plus 1/4. That's step 1. And that is 3/4. Then we have step 2, which is 2 plus 1 is 3. So, yeah. And then step 3 would be 3 plus 3/4, which is 3 3/4. Now, when you're doing the work on a piece of paper, or when you're actually doing the work, you don't have to go through all these steps. The easiest thing to do is just write it. Oh my god, sorry. Over here, so just add it. That's 3/4. And then you don't have to go through all the steps, but that's kind of just for you to visualize how you're getting to your answer. Now let's look at a word problem. So Sally, I know that's like the most cliche name ever, but okay. Sally has 2 3/8 pounds worth of apples. She gets 3/8 pounds more. How many pounds of apples does she have now? So I underlined 2 3/8 and 3/8 because those are the fractions we're dealing with. Also, they're the only numbers in there, so you can kind of guess that we'll be adding those. And we can tell that we're adding because it says more. So, let's add 2 3/8 plus 3/8. In this case, we only have one whole number, so there's not many steps. So we could do 3 plus 3 is 6. I'm not going to show the steps again because hopefully you got an understanding from when I showed the steps last time. But 3 plus 3 is 6. And just bring the denominator. So that's 8. And then just put the 2 in there. Stick the 2 in there. Because you can think of it as adding 2 plus 6 eighths. But what's the point of writing 2 plus 6 eighths equals 2 and 6 eighths? Because it's kind of obvious. So, are we done? Nope. First, we have 2 things to do. One is we have to simplify. You should always simplify your fractions. So, the common number between 6 and 8 is 2. So divide it by 2. Divide it by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So your answer is 2 3/4. Really? We forgot our label, so our answer is not 2 3/4. Our answer is 2 3/4 pounds. On math tests, hopefully you've all learned that if you don't label, you'll get points off. Okay, so that's how you add fractions with like denominators. And one more thing. Thanks. Oh my god, I can't even write on computers. This is so hard. Okay, thanks. Adios.